We're back live at the Flavor.com show with Ava, and she was just telling us about her drink menu at Cafe Circa. First of all, you're a woman, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
And if I was any guy in the world, I'd be happy to be this woman, but you also have brains.
Most of the time.
That's what her mom says. How did you get involved with the Cafe Circa, and tell me about the drink menu and what you're doing, what are your plans to do?
Okay, one question at a time.
Okay, I'm full of questions. I'm full of a lot of stuff, but questions are one of them. Okay, first of all, how did you get involved with Cafe Circa?
I was in the right place at the right time. I moved to Atlanta from New York after working with Restaurant Danielle, you know, Ruth's Chris up there. Great experiences, learned a lot, worked with great, amazing people. Moved to Atlanta looking for what was next. And that's when I met up with the Cafe Circa group. And it's really exactly what I was looking for, in the fact that they kind of gave me free rein to say, okay, this is what we need to do. This is the road we need to progress down. And, you know, and that's how we're handling it and tackling it. And it's been great so far.
I love that you're handling and tackling things, but tell me about the drink menu. What are your plans with that?
Well, the drink menu it's a work in progress, and I think every drink menu always is. I mean, like I said, we do have the classics on there. We have the contemporary cocktails that we haven't really launched yet. We're also doing tableside cocktails, and which nobody in Atlanta at this point is doing, so I'm very, very excited about that. Again, just have to wait till we open the new location and see the guest reaction. And you gauge by your audience, and until we can see your response, can't really tell you how successful it's going to be.
So
but
you're saying you like to feel it out?
Of course. I mean, I think we have a great start so far. Revolutionary things that most of the city has not seen. So I'm very, very pleased.
I can honestly say this. Ava is a very talented woman, and I'm very excited with her cocktails.
Which I'll be making one in just a moment. So
She beat me to the segue. And we're excited to try one of her cocktails later, which I don't want to fall in love with. But I'm really impressed with what you do and your knowledge of what you do. But only that, you're professionals in what you do. The classiness of what you do.
Well, thank you.
And I don't know who taught you well, whether it be your mom, Phil Armando, or a mixture of everything.
Can we leave my mother out of this? I mean,
Lana, I love you. Speaking of which, if I remember right, when I first met your mom, it was a year ago at Tales of the Cocktail, at Tobin Ellis's Spirited Dinner.
That's right.
I borrowed a ring from Cheryl Charming at CherylCharming.com. That's going to come up later. And I'll admit it, I came up to the table. If I remember right, I asked your mom for your right in marriage. I proposed to you.
And can I use profanity on
please
TV?
Feel free.
And I was the biggest bitch on the planet and said no. And the table next to us really thought that this was a serious acquisition, or a serious proposal. And by me saying no, that I was very, very much in the wrong by doing it publicly.
They scrutinized her. It was good.
But it was highly entertaining. And so, yes, not to break your heart, but I don't think I'm ever getting married, so.
We need some more absolute. On that note, Lana's a great woman and a great inspiration for you, I think. But I'm really impressed with everything that you've done.
Thank you.
And I'm really looking forward to Cafe Circa's grand opening.
Well, I think everybody needs to come out and try the cocktails, because it's going to be a fantastic change in the menu. So.
Out of all the drinks on the menu right now, what is your favorite drink you put on the menu? If we had to come in and have just one drink and be like, yes, I'm coming back.
Really tough. That's really tough. I'm doing two that I'm very excited about. One is basically a spin, which I'm going to be making shortly. It's a spin on a margarita, but using pepper jelly and a little bit of heat and your chili powder. And then the other one is a Hendrix and champagne. I'm the biggest champagne fan on the planet, so
all women are.
Yeah, it's true. And using Hendrix and the botanical essence of Hendrix, trying to elaborate on that, adding a few new things, lavender syrup, lavender oil. Anyway, I'm a huge fan. So.
If you're a huge fan, I'm a huge fan. So let's do this. Let's take it full circle. I first met you a year ago at Tales.
Yes.
Now we're back at Tales 2010. What are your thoughts this year of Tales 2010, and be honest?
Tales is always a great event. Tales is such a wonderful opportunity for people like me and you and everybody who's passionate about what they do to come together, share ideas, talk about issues or new and revolutionary concepts that are, you know, happening in the industry. Wonderful venue for that. And at the same time, it's wonderful that cocktail enthusiasts get to participate as well. So people who are not necessarily tied to the industry from a professional standpoint, but just enjoy the industry from a consumer standpoint, are getting involved much more so every single year that goes on, which is fantastic. However, trying to fit all of those people together at the same time, I think is becoming somewhat of a challenge, as that it's a little overpopulated. And maybe not everybody is experiencing it to their fullest because of that.
And it takes a strong woman to say those words, because you're being honest.
I am. I mean, I will be at Tales for, you know, every single year. I personally didn't know this year that I was going to be able to make it because of the new opening and things like that. So I was very late in.
I like to believe it had something to do with me.
Yes, and the fact that you were here, you know, made it all worthwhile.
Mom, I'm not gay.
You sure about that? No.
Ouch. So anyways, as I was saying, Absolute Berry Acai is a phenomenal flavor, and what are your thoughts on it?
It's delicious, and I'm working on several fantastic cocktails currently using.
That's pretty funny, because we're going to have Rudy Agario next on the show, and Rudy's going to make a phenomenal cocktail with Absolute Berry Acai. And let me ask you this: how do you pronounce that word right there?
Acai.
Okay, you're hired. You've done it right.
Can I ask you a question?
I thought I was the interviewer, but go ahead.
Can I see the little green suit?
For those of you that have been at Tales of the Cocktail, you know it's a bitch to wait for one certain elevator. We all agree, we know about this, but we have a little clip to make you feel at home about this. And those of you that don't know, you're going to be educated right now.
I'm so sorry.
Josh Gates, my guy in the studio, our producer. Josh, can you roll that clip of elevator number 2 at Hotel Monteleone? He's Asian.
I thought he was Irish.
Are we out?
Yeah.
Okay.